Hai semuanya, welcome back di Dorecia. Dan kita akan lanjut lagi game kita di Horizon Forbidden West. Dan ini masih ya, mencari perjalanan menuju ke barat ini teman-teman. Dan kita akan lanjut dengan quest ini ya teman-teman ya. Main questnya To the Brink. Dan side quest gue udah grinding, tapi ini dia on hold ya. Mungkin gue harus selesaikan yang sini dulu kali ya teman-teman ya. Oke, kita akan ke sini ya. Talk to Elfun. Oke. Oh, ini dia Elfunnya. Ini kah?
Still here, I see.
You don't seem to have a high opinion of the magistrate.
Well, I refuse to play nice to some fancy-robed parchment pusher when my fellow laborers are being bullied, intimidated, and taken advantage of.
How noble of you.
Noble, ha! Born with a hammer in hand, I was. Nobody handed me anything or dropped opportunity into my lap.
Gila.
Everything I've achieved, I've done on my
Sombong
own.
amat.
And where is this hammer now?
The burden of leadership forced me to set it aside. The Karja risk nothing, while demanding that good Osram gamble with their lives out there.
Halo,
Someone had to
Princi.
step up and say no more.
Ini UN Karja. Ini sudah ya. Ini gue udah semua. Blow the whistle. Oke.
I cleared out all the bristlebacks.
Oh, you did?
Now that you've recovered from your shock, time to blow the whistle.
Oh, there, not so fast. I'll have to send someone out to confirm the kills. Make sure the valley is safe again. Shouldn't take more than a day or two.
Tidak akan menghabiskan 1 atau 2 hari.
Now.
These are innocent Osram lives we're talking about here. Surely the delay...
Either you do it now, or I will.
Ah, I knew you could do it! Friends, gather around. The savior of Meridian has done it again. What? The bristlebacks are defeated.
Halo, Farel.
You.
What?
Sound the whistle. Chain Scrape is open for business.
Terrific. Yay.
Yay.
And Ulvund has agreed to personally pay every worker their lost wages.
Yeah.
That's more like it.
Yeah. Woo.
Ha-ha.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't you have an embassy to get to?
Yeah.
Nah, berarti kita selanjutnya akan menuju ke embassy ini kayaknya. Merchant are not available. Nah, terbuka ya merchant. Berarti kita sudah bisa belanja nih.
Chain Scrape's back to work. Merchants should be open to trade.
Oke, kita lihat dulu ya. Gue bisa belanja apa dulu nih di sini ya. Kita lihat dulu. Nah, tadinya kan terkunci nih, tapi sekarang udah kebuka semua. Nah, salah satunya ini, gue bisa beli outfit ini. Osram. Oh, ini kah? Oh, ini mantap juga ya. Metal cost 641. Harganya di mana harganya? Mungkin satu-satu kali ya. Karja Osram. Kalau outfit kita, gue coba lihat dulu ya. Outfit kita itu Nora Anointed. Kayak sih gue nggak perlu beli dulu deh. Ini Nora Anointed, tapi Nora Legacy Metal Shard. Costnya 641. Nanti dulu deh itu. Coba kita lihat yang senjata ada di di sini senjata ya. Coba gue lihat dulu ya. Apa yang dijual?
Seeing as you got that whistle blowing.
Hey, I've been waiting to get my lucky hammer fixed for days.
You haven't
Hari
done
ini
anything useful like
gerejanya
getting rid of
4 jam,
any
jadi gue nggak
bristlebacks, though, have you?
belum.
Take your time. I promise you won't be disappointed.
Weapon. Oh, yang mana yang bagus ya? 127. Warrior bow. Wah, ini mantap juga ya. Ini sharp shot 149. Ini paling mahal nih, warrior bow. Warrior bow kalau this fast firing. Close range. Ini sih sama sih. Shot bow 6. Ini dia bisa api, dia bisa ini acid. Oh, coba gua ambil ini dulu. Bisa nggak? Buy dulu. Oke.
Come back anytime.
Now can I get this fixed?
I can fix your tools. Afraid there's no fixing you.
Ya, sekarang gue bisa ini ya, fire ya, fire ini ya berarti. Oke. Ini dulu gue upgrade 1. Oh, nggak bisa lagi yang kedua. Coba gua bisa craft fire. Oh, bisa. Full ya.
Shop just opened up and I've got a backlog of orders, so
Ya, kita langsung ke Wadis di mana Wadis di sono Wadis. Oh, itu dia Wadis. Oh, sebelumnya ambil ini dulu deh.
The way to Barren Light is clear. Get moving.
You're not errand vanguardsman. I will move only when the captain
When I've
says.
cleared out all the bristlebacks, which I have. Captain's orders.
So they're okay.
Banged up, but breathing. And waiting up ahead for you.
But I was supposed to have 3 escorts.
I'm off to Barren Light, Wadis. Like Aloy said, Captain's orders. You can stay here.
Abandoned to the riffraff? I think not.
Guess you're coming with me then. See you there, Aloy.
Sampai ketemu lagi di sana, Aloy.
Well, now that that's done, the embassy can finally get underway. If I can get through,
Best skill point.
I'll be able to track down Silence, Hades, maybe even a Gaia backup. Guess I could head straight for Barren Light, or poke around the Daunt some more first, and maybe take Petra up on that drink.
I know you see me.
Oke, kita lihat ini dulu ya. Questnya, oh ini masih on hold. Questnya ini, skillnya kita unlock dulu ya. Skill, unlock skill. Oke, ini silent strike, mounted defense. Ini apa sih? Machine damage, fright machine. Smoke bomb capacity. Ada 2 ya? Ada 2, men. skill. Hunter. Build up valor faster, activate. Ini apa nih? Ini keren juga sih. Masih ada satu lagi. Weapon stamina, increase your weapon stamina to use weapon. Ini sih apa sih? Oh, gue bisa angkot ini ya. Unlock. Oke, unlock 1. Oh, ada quest lagi. Gue aktifin ini deh. Questnya. Sini kan masuk nih.
Hey, Loy. Change your mind about that brew? Come for that beer after all, eh? Here, sit down. Get a pint in her hand. Wasn't expecting you to swing by.
Since when do I do what's expected?
There's that spark.
Gelasnya gede
Fire and
banget.
spit.
Fire and spit.
That's a blast from the bellows. Won't fix the forge, but at least I can forget about my troubles for a while.
Like what?
Well, things aren't as bad since you got this place running again. But we still got Olvin grating the gears about his concession decree. If you don't put that down, I'll come over there and show you how that game ends. Anyway, right now, I'm just worried about those refugees out from Sunfall. To come all this way enduring Forge knows what.
Shadow Carja refugees. What are they doing in the Daunt?
Looking for a new home, I gather. They're camped out by an old trailhead, southwest of here. And therein lies the problem. A Stormbird crashed up on the cliffs last week, and Talon Cleanbrokers had his eye on the salvage ever since. But the refugees have barred entrance. Mustn't interrupt their sun-scorched ritual. Something about finding a twilight path.
Huh. I never heard them talk about that before.
Yeah, well, these particular Shadow Carja are an odd bunch. But overall, they're peaceful folk. Not that it matters to Talon. He'll crack some heads to get to that salvage. Maybe you could swing by, convince him to set up camp somewhere else?
I thought you'd be back in Freeheap.
Well, after the big battle at Meridian, I went back. But realized it was running smooth. Didn't need me. Heard about the rebuilding out at Barren Light. Figured they could use another hammer. Been scraping by ever since.
You could always leave.
And go back east? Nah. I ain't one to leave a lit forge. Besides, someone's gotta be a squeaky wheel for the workers around here.
What else can you tell me about the Shadow Carja refugees?
Well, they don't call themselves Shadow Carja for one. At least, not anymore. They're some other brand of sun-crazed. But whatever side of the sun they're on, they're peaceful through and through. Don't seem to want for nothing except a place to live, pray, and just enough food to keep from starving.
So they're just camped outside by a trail, blocking entry to a wrecked Stormbird, waiting for what exactly?
Don't rightly know, but I'll tell you this. Should they ever wise up and salvage it, a Stormbird heart is worth a lot. And if they get there first, then by Ostrom law, it's theirs. Not that Tolan Cleanbrokers ever lost sleep over any law breaking.
Who is this Tolland Cleanbroker?
Just some chuff-huffing
Tolan
pondsman.
Cleanbroker.
Got a shop here in town. Lived in Chainscrape since there was a Chainscrape. He and Ulvin go back a ways. Like a pair of coals and a campfire, those two.
So Tolland works for Ulvin?
Ha! Ulvin might think so, but Talon scrapes up his own scams. And he ain't the type to let a few refugees get between him and Stormbird salvage.
So the bristlebacks in the Daunt.
You're a pig. Blasted things, those bristlebacks. They just showed up one day, rampaging around the valley like they exploded out of a forge. Lost some good people. But bless the bellows, you cleared them out and got this place working again. That put a dent in Ulvin's plans. Now, if only there was some way to smash them all together and run them out of town.
But how could Bristlebacks and the Daunt help Ulvund?
2 words. Concession decree. Since no one knows where the Bristlebacks came from, Ulvund has taken to blaming the Karja for them. He's hoping to dig up enough old resentments to get a strike going until the concession's signed. This is just his latest attempt. He's been trying to rile up the workers since the day he rolled into town.
About that, I think the Bristlebacks came out of Ulvund's old mine.
Now there's a spark that could light a fire. Can you prove it?
I'm working on it.
By the forge. Grab my ear if you nail it down.
So about Ulvund.
Around here, everything's about Ulvund.
How'd he end up in charge?
He got here early, like a squirrel smelling a fat nut. He knew rebuilding Barren Light would need stone and timber. So he jangled purses all over Mainspring, getting investors to front claims on anything in the Daunt that might be worth a damn. Thing is, all the bankers back home know that this is Karja land, and the Sun King can revoke those claims at any time. That's why he's desperate for the magistrate to sign off on a concession decree.
Decree?
This concession decree, what is it exactly?
Decree.
And how would it help Ulvund?
It's pig diddle, that's what.
A writ that would put all Osram claims in the Daunt under Osram law, even though they're on Karja land. It would mean that any existing ore, stone, and timber claims couldn't be revoked by the Karja. No more risk, no more hesitation for investors back in the claim to pour in the shards and expand their business. And since Ulvund has a stake in all those claims, it would make him richer than a scrapper in a junk heap. Not to mention Chainscrape would become an Osram municipality, so he could buy enough votes to call himself an elderman. He's a sly old badger, I'll give him that. Figures if he keeps up the pressure, eventually the magistrate will sign.
Well, if I'm up that way, I'll talk to the refugees. Try to convince them to move.
Much appreciated. They have it rough. Don't need Talon making it rougher.
Petra said Tolland has a shop here in Chainscrape. I could have a word with him first.
Oke, side questnya terbuka sudah satu, The Twilight Path. Tapi gua nggak akan kesana dulu. Kita langsung ke main quest dulu ya teman-teman ya. By the way, ini masih ada satu lagi ini ya. Tapi nggak usah dulu deh, nggak usah dibuka. Ternyata kalau dibuka ngebacotnya panjang men. Oh itu dia. Di depan kita ternyata. Udahlah biarin dulu deh. Kita langsung ke embassy-nya aja dulu. Go to Barren Light. Karena mungkin juga kalau gua buka-buka ke side questnya mungkin harus ke main quest dulu diselesaikan baru bisa. It's Alright. Oh, coba ya. Yang opsional ini kita ambil ya. Override kemungkinan gue bisa mengendarai ini nih. batu gimana ya? Pakai batu ya? Gue lupa pakai batu. Oh, ini dia. Acid trap, smoke bone rock. Kok rocknya oke. Oke, kesini tak dia? Oke, hati-hati. Oke. Oh, gimana sih kebutnya? Oh, ini dia kebut. Apa lagi nih? Lewatin aja. Oops. Udah deket ya?
Barren light. The last part of the sun done before the Forbidden West. Encourage a horn. That means the embassy's starting soon.
Gimana turunnya ya? Oke.
Alright, I should find whoever's in charge here.
Barren light.
First, I could resupply at my stash. Might be worth taking a look around, too.
Inventory gue sih nggak full sih.
There's Errand. That looks like he's had a few.
You're in a sour mood?
Gentlemen,
That's our cue.
taking the edge off?
Well, if the end of the world's coming, I don't be sober for it. Now, let me guess. You're in a rush, right? So whatever you need, ask away.
How have things been since I...
Your silent departure? Yeah, not bad.
Not bad.
Vanguard's going strong. Helped Avad pick up the pieces after the battle with the Eclipse. I took a month to bury Ursa in the clay. But when I got back, I got the assignment to babysit Wadis on his way to the embassy. I thought that'd be a cakewalk, so of course things went sideways.
You got blindsided. Wasn't your fault.
A couple more of these, maybe I'll believe you.
Ersa.
I was, wondering if you were able to lay Ursa to rest, like you wanted.
Yeah, we did. Just seemed the crowd that showed up to pay their respects. Half of them owed her a favor, and the other half owed her their lives. In the end, everybody drank. You know, it's the rowdiest funeral since ever.
Feels like she would have liked that.
Yeah, damn straight. Damn straight. She would have put them all under the table.
The embassy.
What do you know about the embassy?
I know, not much. Only that Avad really wants it to happen. He said I'm making peace with these Tanakh. But from what I hear, they're not too big on the whole diplomacy thing. They do most of their talking with blades and arrows. So if you're heading their way, be prepared. Things might get ugly real fast.
I'll keep that in mind. What do you know about this place?
Well, nothing good. It's where the Carja dragged all the captives they took from the Forbidden West during the Red Raids. Lucky ones became slave labor. The rest were hauled up to the Sun Ring and Meridian.
Your sacrifice.
You got it. Tanakh made sure to wreck the place before they chased the Carja out of the West. I can't say I blame them. And now Avad's paying the Osram to rebuild it. And no matter how much new stone they put up, it'll still be stained in blood.
I better get going.
Right, I'll have to do complicated Aloy things. Maybe just don't disappear completely this time.
No promises.
I guess what I'm really trying to say is, if you ever do need me...
I know where to find you. Hopefully sober next time.
Not done counting it. Be careful out there, Aloy.
Hati-hati di luar sana, Aloy.
Lighten up, Paiv. You've got a thick wall of stone between you and the...
Are you in charge around here?
Apologies, no. That would be Commander Nozar. I'm Lawan, his second-in-command. So, what brings Aloy of the Nora to Barren Light?
I'm here for the embassy. I need it to happen so I can head west. And maybe now that Studious Wadis is here, we can finally get things underway.
Yes, the Sun Priest. Walked in practically kicking and screaming behind his escort. Really seems to like his scrolls. But the embassy remains delayed. Commander Nozar has signaled our readiness, but the Tanakh marshals have yet to sound their horn.
All right, fine. Let me through the gates then. I have my own business with them.
I'm sure you do, but I'm afraid I can't. Commander's orders. Normally, the gates are open for any who dare to venture out. Asaram salvagers, a few especially brazen Carja, but no one's allowed in or out before an embassy. They'll reopen, once the Tanakh have left.
Okay.
So what happens at these embassies, exactly?
Mostly trade and negotiation. The Carja offer tribute of food, spices, and gear. In exchange, the Tanakh return personal effects taken from Carja soldiers that fell during the Red Raids. This particular embassy, however, is a special case.
Because the Tanakh are handing over some sort of prisoner, right? A soldier named Fashav?
So you've heard. The exchange has got everyone on edge. You never know if an embassy's going to go well until it's practically over.
You said something about Tanakh marshals. Who are they?
They're the tribe's elite warriors. Before every embassy, they arrive with a contingent of soldiers from each of their 3 clans. Then, during the proceedings, they negotiate on behalf of their leader. And by negotiate, I mean stare down our Sun Priest until they concede. Paiv over here came face to face with them for the first time at the last embassy. Came back drenched in his own sweat.
It was hot that day, sir.
It was indeed.
Where is this Commander Nozar, then? If he's the one keeping the gates shut, I'll convince him to open them for me.
I'll take you to him, but
Oh,
I have to
namanya
warn you,
lawan.
the commander isn't one to break protocol. especially when he's already high-strung.
We'll see about that.
This way.
There's a lot of activity going on around here.
The Tanakh tore down this place during the Red Raids. 2 years of labor, and we still have a long way to go. The work stoppage and chain scrape nearly halted our rebuilding efforts. But I hear a certain Nora got them back to work.
I was just helping out.
Yes, well, I'm sure Ulvin was thrilled.
Ignoring me again?
Stand aside, soldier.
Sir?
Harusnya lari aja ya. Pakai jalan, aduh lama banget.
There's the commander. Better brace yourself. And good luck.
How are we to hold an embassy with a tribe that can't even govern their own people?
What more can you expect from barbarians?
Barbarian.
Aloy, was it?
Yes. The one who cleared the valley for you? That Aloy.
We appreciate your service. At least we are ready for the embassy to begin.
Didn't you just give the signal?
Both sides must signal readiness. Until the Tanakh sound their horn, we wait.
Yea, for as the first shall be...
Shut up. Why the delay?
The Tanakh are a tribe composed of 3 clans. How many banners do you see?
You're just gonna wait? Go find out what's wrong.
Oh, this isn't some forgotten corner of the East where you come from, Nora. It's the Forbidden West. If you don't like it, run back to Meridian, file a complaint.
The Meridian I saved, you mean?
That's right. Nobody walks to the gate until the 3rd clan arrives and the Tanakh's horn has sounded. Not even the savior of Meridian.
I'm
Well,
going now.
thanks, but I've waited long enough. It's time to go.
Absolutely not. This embassy depends on diligent adherence to... You shall not!
Keep telling yourself that.
Someone approaching! On a machine!
Ya karena kita nggak mungkin nunggu
Varl. Open the gates, please.
Do not let her through that gate! That is a direct order!
Sorry, can't do it.
Sir, it's the savior! I don't care if it's the Dowager Queen herself! The gate stays sealed until that horn blows!
I'm asking
Loh,
nicely.
nggak peduli dia. Nggak dibukain.
Hey, Varl.
Hi, Aaron. What's happening?
You know, the usual. Aloy wants something. People try to stand in her way. It's not gonna work.
Oh, that's it! Arrest her!
I'd like to see you try.
Supporting fire?
Yeah, I'm locked and loaded. Hey, Nozar! You stupid bastard. You think you got the authority to keep that door shut in the savior of Meridian's face? What do you think Sun King Avad is gonna do when he hears what you did? Promote you, huh? Let her through, boys. Saving the world.
Forget something back in Meridian?
Look, Varl,
It doesn't matter. Made it just in time.
Gua kira perlu berantem biar dibuka. Ternyata kagak.
So this tribe that Murad told us about, the Tanakh, we need their permission to go west?
yeah, well, I figured it'd be nice if they weren't trying to kill me the whole time.
But this embassy hasn't started yet. We're just gonna barge in?
Just no more politics. No more delays.
Oh well. Now at least you have some backup.
I guess I do. We'll see how it goes.
Call an alright. Bisa nggak ya di call ya? Mon call? Nggak bisa ya? Karena jauh ya. Jauh jadi nggak bisa di-call. Yang gua suka dari game ini bener-bener ini story rich banget. Jadi semuanya banyak cerita-cerita. Kalau yang hobi game asal baku hantam sih nggak suka sih game beginian. Kalau gua sih jujur gua suka sih. Harus kudu sabar dengerin kalau game begini.
Cross it and die.
Hold on now. Let's take it easy.
None may walk this valley until our signal sounds.
Tina.
That was our accord with the Karja.
I'm not Karja. I came here on my own to ask for rite of passage.
But they opened the gate for you, did they not? What is the meaning of this violation?
Why send a child? Do they want to parley or not?
The Karja can't be trusted. This is no.
Forget the Karja. This has nothing to do with them. I need to go west to save lives. Maybe even yours.
The only lives you can save are your own. By turning back. Now.
Hold! She's telling the truth about one thing. She's not Karja. She's a Nora from the Savage East. And if she seeks to save lives, should we not listen? Let me speak to her. One last favor for a fellow marshal before he's taken away. A fearless, red-headed Nora. You must be the so-called savior of Meridian.
Just Aloy.
I am unyielding Fashav. Once of the Karja High Command, last of the army of the setting sun.
You're Fashav. Avad gave me a message for you. That he waits for you in Meridian, where you belong.
Avad always was polite. Well, now I'm even more curious about you knowing that you have the confidence of the Sun King. But such an association with the Karja could work against you here, as it often has with me. As you can see. Tensions are high. This embassy is a delicate affair. They're about to return me to the Sundom, a gesture that might help soothe painful grievances. And now you arrive, unheralded.
I'm not here to cause trouble. I just need to go west.
So you say. I might be able to help.
Mungkin saja bisa menolong. Tapi aku
Along
harus
with
tahu
some
kenapa.
assurance that I won't regret it.
I've never seen markings like those on a Karja before.
The Karja see ink as decoration. For the Tanakh, it is much more. A litany of deeds. A record of vanquished enemies.
Looks like you've vanquished quite a few.
I've fought my share of battles. But I feel that my life, like my markings, is only half complete. This side shows my martial deeds. Before I die, I'd like to see the other half marked with the laurels of peace.
How did you come to be among the Tanakh?
It's quite a story, but not a quick one. Though I suppose neither of us is going anywhere before the embassy begins. Are you sure you want to hear it?
I guess we have time.
Very well. I marched with Sun King Jiran's raiders when they came west, hoping to moderate their worst impulses. I failed, of course. They committed unspeakable atrocities, stirring the Tanakh into action. When the clans overran our forward encampment at Cinnabar Sands, I stayed behind to help the last stragglers evacuate, and was taken prisoner. I didn't make it easy for my captors, mind you. And they paid me back in kind on the journey to their capital. I lost so much blood on the way that I was white as a corpse when they threw me before Chief Hikaro. I thought I was dead for sure, so I resorted to desperate measures.
So when you met the Tenakth chief, you did something desperate.
Now, I'd kept my ears open as the Tenakth dragged me along, and I heard mutterings about a kind of trial by combat that they revere. So, when they flung me at Hekaro's feet, I demanded this right, called the Kulrut, thinking that by winning I could request a boon, my life or even my freedom. The other Tenakth howled, but Hekaro stared them down, and then his gaze fell upon me. Evidently, he appreciated my ingenuity. He allowed me to participate in the Kulrut.
Kulrut.
Little did I know what I was in for.
You said the Kulrut is a Tenakth trial by combat.
Yes, but it is no ordinary trial. It doesn't pit men against each other, at least not directly. Instead, the combatants fight machines in a great arena, and only the strongest survive. Believe me, it is no easy thing to stare down a charging machine while hundreds around you scream for blood.
I know more about that than you might think.
Do you? Well, then you have my respect. Like you, I lived through it to claim my prize. I had hopes for freedom, but well, that wasn't on offer. Only service to the chief.
You wound up serving the Tenakth chief.
The winners of the Kulrut must serve the chief as his marshals.
You mentioned that word before. What does it mean?
The word itself refers to a kind of protective spirit from the ancient past. In practice, marshals are Hekaro's roving lawgivers, part magistrate, part judge, part executioner. I won my place among their ranks and served as honor demanded, but many Tenakth still spat on the ground when I walked by. But they did, until I started forcing them to the ground to grind their faces in it.
I guess that's one way to deal with it.
As you may have noticed, violence is the native tongue of the Tenakth. To survive, one must master it. The truth is, though, the Karja speak it too. More than they should. I can't blame the Tenakth for hating them.
So then, are you still Karja?
Part of me, yes. Always.
Oh, dia dulunya Karja nih ya.
There is much to admire about the Tenakth. Especially their chief. I've heard stories about what it was like before his reign. 3 clans always
Jadi
at
sekarang
war,
dia
constantly
separuh-separuh.
slitting each other's throats. Hekaro and the marshals have crafted a delicate peace. And now he looks to the future. Who knows? Maybe that future will include cooperation with the Karja.
Banyak banget.
The Karja talk about Hekaro as if he's a monster.
The Karja feel compelled to demonize him if only because he swept them from the field. It is true that he is fearsome. When I was first taken before him, I thought he would flay me alive. But he is no bloodthirsty tyrant like the Mad Sun King was. I think that if you were fortunate enough to meet him, as I was, you would find that he only wants the best for his people. I hope you do speak to him. I'm sure you'd interest him. So, that's my story. You're the first Easterner to hear it, but not the last. The Karja need to know what
Cuman
I've
kita yang
learned.
mendengarkan.
Yeah. The way you talk about the Tenakth is a lot different than how they do.
Right, going home apa sih?
Are you glad to be going back to Meridian?
Oh, I'll admit that I wouldn't mind sleeping in a feather bed or sipping wine from the southern vineyards. But I have another goal in mind. As someone who knows the Tenakth and the Karja, I'm in a unique position to advocate for both. If Sun King Avad is amenable, my hope is to establish a lasting peace.
The Tenakth don't seem that peaceful.
They're not, as a rule. But these are difficult times. Chief Hekaro knows that survival often requires change, even if that change means putting aside centuries of war.
You asked why I need rite of passage. I'll tell you, but you won't like my answer. 6 months ago, the world almost ended in Meridian. That threat still exists. It's getting worse every day, much worse. Calling down storms, poisoning the water, enraging the machines. The source of it all has gone west, and I'm the only one who can stop it.
I've seen the signs. And I've heard tales of incredible occurrences in Meridian, an army of demons vanquished by a red-haired champion. So I'm inclined to believe you. The burden of your task is written across your face clearer than any mark of mine. I'll grant you this, to serve as proof of your right to travel into Tenakth lands. A task so important, and it's just the two of you. Take it from one who aspires to be a diplomat. Allies are essential. Chief Hekarro knows the West better than anyone. He may be able to help you. He can be intimidating to others, but don't let that deceive you. He is a man of his word.
Maybe. If I need him.
Your choice. You can find him at his palace, past the mountains to the southwest. Tell him I sent you, and he'll listen to
Look! The Sky Clan's banner!
Ini clan yang lain lagi kayaknya.
It wasn't easy, but I brought the Sky Clan with me.
Sky Clan, nah bener ya.
And the
Ada
commander.
clan lain lagi.
No, I could only convince a few. He isn't yet aware we left.
We have banners from all three clans. If there are fewer from
Tiga
the Sky
clan.
Clan, it can't be helped.
He's right. Sound the horn.
What's going on?
Not all Tenakth can stomach the idea of parley with the Karja, but enough have come for us to begin.
Then I'll be on my way.
No, the other marshals will not permit it. You wanted safe passage, you have it. After the embassy.
Oh, jadi kita harus lewat jalan lain.
The Karja have opened the gates.
As the sun rises over a land at war, so too can it set over a land at peace. Today is such...
Hear me, marshals! You who claim to be Tenakth!
Regala. Chief Hekarro's biggest mistake. A rival whom he should have killed.
You have forgotten that our people were born in blood. The blood of the Karja. Instead, you pledge your spears
Ini
to a chief
provokatornya
who
nih kayaknya.
conspires with the enemy. Hekarro has betrayed us. The embassy is proof. And all of you marshals are his accomplices. For this, I condemn you to death.
You'll need more than toothless threats to intimidate us. Exile.
Wih.
Lancers, form up!
Halo, Kokokran. Wah. Ini kayaknya bosnya nih.
They're riding machines.
Where'd they learn to do that?
Silence.
Silence.
Vashav, come with us now, or not at all.
Archers, light them up!
Waduh.
Get to cover! Left flank! To the Kaja! Run them down!
Battle nih kita.
They're not gonna make it.
Open the gates! Open the gates! Open the gates!
Mampus.
Kaja! Stand your ground! Fire at will! I don't have a shot!
Kok si Aloy-nya nggak nolong ya? MC nolongnya terakhir-terakhir kayaknya.
What happened? Can you see?
It's just us now.
Hey! Calm down and fight fair! Lancers! Take the center!
Get ready!
Okay. Kill the
Stick
rebels.
to cover! Archers on the ridge!
Oh. Waduh. Maco banget nih.
Here they come! They're on to us. I need help! Engage her! This is it! Man down! Kill that rider! Do you need ammo? Get her attention! Yeah! This spot is really working!
Okay.
That was a well-placed hit!
Gua harus ganti ke api nih.
Check on them!
Okay. Oh, kagak kesini dia. Oke, mampus.
Hit that rider! Get me that!
Ini jahat nih. Oke, mampus.
They need covering fire!
Another one fall!
Nice work!
Gua ganti deh. Pakai ini.
Now you can take them down!
Okay.
down! Now! While they're missing their armor! Here comes some arrows!
Oke. Kagak kena.
Cover! Concentrate your fire!
Mampus satu. Oh, tembus tembok. Buset.
Got this! Damn it! Target neutralized!
Oh, kena. mampus.
Just you and me now, boss.
We've survived worse.
Woi, mati. Bristol back.
I'm ready for you.
Ngulang lagi kah? Ngulang nih kayaknya. Asem. Oke, aduh. Gua nggak lihat nyawa nih. Ayo lo. Waduh, diseruduk langsung. Aduh, nggak kelihatan. Oke. Astaga. Buset. Was. Ayo lo. Susah ngekernya ini, gila. Oke.
Enough! You, Outlanders! I'll skin you both!
Wih, mau dikulitin.
Grant me the honor of this challenge.
Granted.
Duel kah? Wih.
You're next, girl.
Okay.
I've never seen a shield like that. Better scan it. I can break through the shield if I damage it enough.
Okay.
Gotta get through that shield.
Okay. Wes. Wes. Gila.
Give it up.
Waduh.
Break his guard.
Nggak bisa parry nih. Bahaya nih.
You're not stopping me.
Eits. Ganti dulu. Coba ganti pakai ini.
Take down that shield.
Eits. Waduh, gimana ya pakai dia ya? Wes. Hey.
Not so brave now, are you?
I'm gonna break that shield. Gotta break through his block.
Eits.
Still in this fight.
Okay.
That shield's not gonna save you. Now's my chance.
Pecah. Hit. Mampus.
Shields
Okay.
are generated.
Oh, shieldnya bisa generated lagi. Astaga. Oke.
Gotta get through that shield.
Oke. Gas dulu.
Give it up. Shield's gone. He's vulnerable.
Lu mampus. Tinggal kepalanya nih.
You're not stopping me.
Aduh.
Break his guard.
Ayo cepet.
He's exposed.
Mampus. Palanya udah terbuka nih.
I'm gonna break that shield.
Hancur.
Take down that shield.
Hancur lagi. Weh, pinter dia. Hancur lagi.
That shield's not gonna save you.
Hati-hati. Hati-hati. Waduh, habis nih darah gue. Hati-hati nih.
Give it up. Shield's gone. He's vulnerable.
Iya. Mampus.
Your turn! Come down here and face me!
No! It was an honorable challenge. You've earned your life today. Comrades! Mark this day! Today you have decimated the marshals, slaughtered the Karja. So begins our war on Hikaru. Move out!
Get him to the camp. Now.
You gonna make it?
You're going on without me, aren't you? Guess I'm stuck with Aaron. For now.
Come on. I'll take you back to the fort.
I got you.
It's salvage time, boys.
Don't think it can take a hit. I should be able to use it to glide.
Wow, dapat ini barang baru nih. Bisa glide dari atas.
Aloy. We're still trying to sort out this mess. Seems like the Tenakth have a civil war in their hands.
That sounds about right. The marshals weren't expecting Regala to attack.
And the entire Karja delegation was slain. Nozar, Voidis, Fashav. A massacre. What will you do now?
I have to head west. Hopefully this rite of passage is still good. For what I'm after, I'll cross all of Tenakth territory if I have to.
Then you have a long road ahead of you. This is only the threshold of the Forbidden West. The Tenakth's true domain lies over the mountains that border Plainsong, home of the Utaru tribe.
This isn't Tenakth territory?
All that out there? That's no man's land. It was supposed to be neutral ground, though obviously this Regala ignored that. Her rebels approached from the north. With all those machines they were riding, they must have made camp up that way.
The rebels were riding bristlebacks. And there were bristlebacks in the Daunt.
Are you saying the rebels let them into the Daunt? How would that even be possible?
I don't know. But it's worth looking into.
While you're at it, there were a number of Karja and Oseram who went out there before the gates were shut for the embassy. Maybe you could check in on them. See if they're all right.
I can keep an eye out. Is there a tall neck somewhere nearby?
A tall neck? There's that one, over there, near the Utaru border.
Tall neck tuh yang tinggi itu.
It's hard to explain. It'll help me get the lay of the land.
If you say so. Is there anything else I can tell you before you go?
Regala.
Fashav called Regala a rival. Someone that's Tanakh chief should have killed.
Yeah, I reckon he should have. She's obviously a huge threat. Her attack was coordinated and precise. Until you got in her way, that is.
They knew the lay of the land. And they knew Fashav was going to be handed over at the embassy. If the Tanakh weren't expecting her, she must have spent months gathering an army in secret.
They had to have made camp nearby. Somewhere they could lie low until the perfect moment to strike.
About Fashav.
The man was taken captive by the Tanakh. Survived for years out in the west, only to die just short of the Sundom. It's a cruel end for a good soldier.
There was more he wanted to do. He spoke of advocating for lasting peace between the Karja and Tanakh.
Too late for that now.
What will happen to him?
His body will be carried back to Meridian. As a cousin of the Sun King, he will be accorded official rights and buried with honor. No soldier could ask for more.
Oh, Fasak mati eh.
It's too bad about Nazar and Wadis.
At least Nozar went down fighting. As for the Sun Priest, well, no one deserves to go out that way. I'll make sure they're given proper funeral rites. It's the least I can do.
What do?
You said the Tanakh's lands are far to the west. What can I expect to find between here and there?
Well, as I mentioned, you've got a stretch of wilderness known as No Man's Land, and then New Taru farmlands. Past that are the Tanakh. Their territory is split into 3 clans: Desert, Lowland, and Sky.
Right. I saw their banners at the embassy.
The Desert clan is closest. Ooh, vicious lot. Where everyone else sees an inhospitable wasteland, they see a challenge to dominate. Somewhere beyond the desert is the tribe's capital and the territories of the other 2 clans.
You don't sound certain.
I've only heard the stories. During the Red Raids, the Karja army tried to push into Tanakh territory, but the united clans rose up against them, forced them all the way back to the Daunt.
So no one except the Tanakh really know what's beyond the desert.
Maybe the scholars do, back in Meridian. All those scrolls have to be filled with something, right?
You mentioned the Utaru tribe. Their lands are between here and the Tanakh further west?
That's right. Plainsong is their home. They're a peaceful bunch, at least compared to the Tanakh. More taken to farming than fighting.
It's hard to imagine a bunch of farmers surviving in the Forbidden West.
Make no mistake, they have a fierceness all their own. When the Karja were pushed back during the Red Raids, their warriors chased ours through the burning fields of Plainsong. The Sun King has made several overtures of peace to them as well, but so far, they've declined.
If they're so peaceful, why decline?
Don't know. I heard they have their own troubles to deal with. Something about a food shortage. You'd think that'd make them open to trade, but no. They just want to be left alone.
This area is no man's land.
That it is. The Tanakh used to attack anyone past Barren Light on sight, but after Avad overthrew the Mad Sun King, he reached out to the other tribes to offer reconciliation. The Tanakh agreed to a neutral border zone as part of the peace talks. Karja and Oseram have been striking out into the area ever since.
But now, it seems like Regala and her rebel army have moved in.
Well, I'd never call No Man's Land safe, even in the best of times. The ancient ruins of the Southwest are a testament to that. Remnants of some forgotten war.
You said there were others who went out when the gates were open before. Like who?
Well, in addition to the salvagers that just went through, there were a couple of other parties of Oseram delvers. Even saw 2 Karja scholars trekking southwest with an Oseram crew. Not sure if they're exceptionally brave or just foolhardy.
Okay, mana lagi nih? Oh, ini
Do you
satu.
think the Karja will take action against Regala? Seems like you'd have common ground with the Tanakh.
An expedition of the Karja army into the west could be taken as the start of another invasion. Sun King Avad won't risk it. That said, We can't allow ourselves to be caught unaware by an attack like that again.
Okay, time to go.
Then I wish you luck. The gates will always be open to you should you wish to return.
Nah, gerbangnya udah terbuka terus ya. Jadi nggak perlu kucing-kucingan.
And don't worry about your friends. We'll get them patched up.
I appreciate it.
Sun watch over you, Aloy. I hope you find what you're looking for.
You have unused coil used to modify your weapon. Oke. Ada skill point lagi ya. Gue lihat quest dulu. Questnya banyak nih. Set quest. Oh, ini sudah terbuka ya, the Bristol Bag itu yang tadi hold. Skill point. Ternyata ini berguna juga nih teman-teman. Yang mana tadi ya? Oh, ini nih. Mantap juga nih. Block breaker. Oh, mantap nih. Masih ada 2. Elemental Fury. Ini deh, coba kita unlock yang ini. Your first fellowship. Equip gimana? Oh, ini. Oke. Tinggal 1. Tapi ini equipnya gimana ya? 1 lagi skill info. Belum kali ya? Panjang banget ini. Sampai ke buset. Glide. Oh, gue nggak bisa langsung ke sini. Oh, bisa ya kali ya? Oh, belum bisa tuh. Harus bertahap. Gila banget. Inventory, outfit. Oh, gue punya coil. Weapon, gue pakai yang ini. Ini coba gue bisa edit coil nggak ya? Edit coil. Oh, slot lock. Oh, yang ini. Incompatible. Nggak bisa. Oke. Kita looting aja dulu. Failure action power rail LB this LB tap RB
So, this is the Forbidden West. A whole new frontier to explore. The coordinates from the spires should lead to Silence and Hades. And just maybe, backup of Gaia. It won't be easy out there. The Blight, the Storms, Regalla's machine riders. But I'll have to push through it all.
Oh, RB. Oh, sudah activate ya?
Find a way to fix the world. Like Elizabeth would. The woman who led the ambush, Regalla, had a lot of machines under her command. There's only one other person who has that kind of knowledge.
Sampai habis lo potion gue gila.
Silence. But what's his angle? Why help to knock the rebels?
Ini berguna sih ya untuk upgrade baju atau outfit atau apapun itu. Satchel juga.
The next fight.
Dead door. Oh enggak. Masih ada nggak? Banyak lo gila.
Good spot to test the shield wing. When I calm down, I can glide.
Habis kayaknya. Oh, yang penting gua save nih. Oh, ada stas. Oh, bukan peti. Ambil aja dulu. Nah, ini gua save dulu. Gua harus ke sana. Oke. Ini habis. Oh, ada lagi nih. Dead door. Oh, jauh juga, men. Oh, kena merah-merah. Merah-merahnya bahaya banget.
Light's taking over the land out here, too. Something's going on at that camp.
Oh, ini gue bisa. Ini nih, bisa gue tarik. Oh, ada knot kayaknya. Kenapa, men?
If it isn't the savior of Meridian and of my very own operation. Laren, say hello.
Hello, nice to meet you.
You know, if it weren't for this one, I probably wouldn't be standing here right now. I was at Barren Light when the Tanakh attacked. Nasty business. But every codger in Oseram is thankful you drove him off.
So what are you doing out here?
Well, to hammer it plain, there's treasure in the West. Unclaimed scrap and ancient metal. And I've got a sturdy band of salvagers that's ready to take advantage. We'll buy any scrap you got. And if you're looking for machine parts, we've got the best in the West, guaranteed. And soon we'll be trading in more than just that.
Jadi kita bisa trading ini
The
nanti.
West has been, well, forbidden, dangerous. But what if I told you we could make an armor so tough, so
Bisa buat armor juga.
that you'd never have to worry about survival out here again?
Wah, keren.
I'd be curious to take a look at it.
Of course you would. And that's why I've asked my most talented salvagers to find what they need to make that armor. Each of them will present their work to me. The best protection will go on sale to hunters, just like you.
Lucky me.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some business to attend to back in Chainscrape. Laren can take care of you while I'm gone. Can't wait to see what you come up with, my boy.
Leave it to me. It'll blow all the others out of the forge.
You have got to help me.
What are you talking about?
The armor. I made a dozen versions of it, but none of them were good enough. And there are other crews further west. If they make better armor than mine, I can kiss that keg full of shards goodbye.
So you get a prize if Karif picks your armor?
A big one. And I finally have the perfect design. I just need the right parts, and fast. So maybe you'd be willing to pick up a contract and get them for me?
What would I be looking for?
Shell walker containers.
Shell walker.
Their plating's made to withstand a lot of damage. It'll make the perfect armor. I know it.
I think I can handle that.
Ah, thank the forge. All right. We scouted out a herd near here. Here's the contract. It'll tell you everything you need to know. You take the machines down. My people will pick up the containers.
I'll give this a closer look later. Thanks.
I'm counting on you, Aloy.
Okay. Kontrak.
I can make this armor work. I know it.
Oke, kita break dulu ya, teman-teman ya. Sampai di sini dulu untuk episode kali ini. Makasih buat kalian semua yang sudah nonton. Kita jumpa lagi di episode berikutnya. Ciao, bye-bye.